Well, the bride and the groom may not be the only people facing big bills on their wedding day. Members of the bridal party say they're also feeling the pinch, and it's putting a strain on their relationship with the happy couple. In a new report from Compare Cards, 51% of wedding party members say they feel pressured to spend money on things like attire, a bachelor party, or travel. And if you break it down even further, 32% of bridesmaids, 42% of maids of honor say the pressure to spend strain their relationship with the bride. Here to talk about these results is Matt Schulz. He's chief industry analyst at Compare Cards. I'm surprised that these numbers aren't even higher, actually, because there's a lot. Certainly, people talk about this a lot and complain about this a lot, that this is an issue.
Yeah, no question. Anybody who's ever been married or even been part of a bridal party knows that there's a lot of stress in it and a lot of financial stress. So it's a tough situation.
I'm thinking of the scene in Bridesmaids where they go to get the dress. It's a riot, and there's the cheap dress and the really outrageously expensive dress. Who does the pressuring, for these men and women to spend all the money? Is it the bride or is it the groom?
It's actually both. I mean, you always hear about bridezillas and that sort of thing, but the truth is that the groom is putting as much pressure on his buddies as the brides.
Groomella DeVille, we'll call
Well, it's Instagram too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone wants to look
wants
perfect.
to post these great pictures. Do we need to rethink this, right? Like, this is why people have no savings. This is why we're in a retirement crisis, because we're spending too much on these things.
Yeah, it really is kind of silly, frankly. And the truth is that people need to respect the people in their bridal party, because, if you can't have an open, honest conversation with your friends who are standing up for you in your wedding, who can you have a good conversation with? It's really important that you respect the situation that they're in.
Now, I don't know if you guys have done a survey, a related survey on this, or maybe you could. I wonder how many people who are either in the bridal party or the bride and groom themselves regret how much they spent on their wedding.
In terms of how much people spent on their own wedding, we haven't asked that yet, but in terms of what people spend on other people's weddings, that was part of this survey. Mm-hmm. And about a third of people said they went into debt as part of being in a bridal party. Wow. And about that same number said that they regretted what they spent. So it's a big deal.
Of course, when you look at the divorce rate, some people just regret the wedding altogether. Let's shift gears before I get into real trouble. You've got another survey out about summer travel, and 64% of people said that they would be using points to pay for their summer vacation. That number's higher for millennials. We know that they love a bargain on a credit card. 72% say they will use points. So is this turning into the summer of point redemption? What are millennials doing that they could teach the rest of us?
Well, it is really the summer of point redemption, and it's a really great thing because points tend to be a depreciating asset. So if you hoard them, they only get less valuable. So what we found was that, like you said, about 2/3 of people say that they're going to be using rewards points. And for millennials, that number is 70% or higher. And it's important because it impacts where people stay, where people go, what they do when they get there. It really has a big impact, and it can really turn a dream vacation into something that you can actually do.
All right, Matt, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Matt Schulz is chief industry analyst at Compare Cards. Appreciate it.